What if I told you that Nate didn't like how you dance?
Listen, I don't give a fuck who likes me and who doesn't. You understand that?
Well, that's your problem.
I don't
Seems
care.
like a pretty negative attitude.
I'm just saying, it doesn't faze me in the least who likes me and who doesn't. I'm here to critique music, not make fucking friends.
Somebody's going to beat you over the head with a guitar one day.
Hey everybody, it's Shit Talk Reviews. My name's Sean. In the room with me again,
Derek
and
David.
Oh, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you stopping in and listening to the idiocy here.
Good to be here, John. As always.
Speak for yourself. I'm not an idiot. He is.
Oh, come on. Any of us in this room
We're all idiots.
who claims to not be an idiot is
you.
severely delusional.
Yeah, it's a matter of who's the biggest idiot.
Yeah, well, it's a matter of degrees.
True that, John.
What's the news? Anything good?
Well, we were told that Dave is ornery and he's going to tomahawk us if we get on his nerves. So I think we should get on his nerves on the podcast.
What has you ornery today?
It's been putting out fires today, John. I put out a lot of fires here today trying to get everything prepped up, just babysitting, the whole spiel. Just it was more intensified today. Yeah, Derek wouldn't know that, so...
You know what, Dave? Regardless of what Derek says, I applaud your efforts.
Thank you, John.
I don't.
And
you always have my back.
And regardless of how much complaining you do, Dave, Derek, I appreciate your willingness to always take Dave apart.
He deserves it.
Well, you're a good bridge. You bridge the gaps. You're like Switzerland. You're just neutral.
I'm just conflict averse, man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to get in the middle of a fight. You guys can beat each other up all day.
Okay, sounds good. What are we talking about today? So I don't want to talk about Dave anymore because I don't care.
We are talking about Spirit Adrift, the new release, Ghost at the Gallows. It will be out August 18th. The fine folks over at Century Media were kind enough to send us an advance copy. Stephanie Marlowe, thank you very much, Stephanie. You guys always put out good stuff. It's a good record. It's a real good record. What do you guys think? I mean, just first impressions. We'll get into the weeds here in a bit.
Yeah, I liked it. I did. I enjoyed it. I've said it before. I have mad respect for musicians who can play all the instruments and do the arrangements and put all this stuff together. So Nate Garrett did a really good job.
Question for you
on this album.
Did you know that Nate Garrett was sort of as far as his studio work, a one-man show before you heard it, or did you learn that after the fact?
I learned it after the fact. Yeah, very impressed. It's not easy doing that, I'm sure, and we'll talk about it, but mad respect for the guy. I liked it. I enjoyed the album. We'll get into it.
What's interesting about Spirit Adrift is I've always felt like if they had come out in the late 60s and 70s, we'd be talking about them in a, the same manner as some of the big 10-ton gorillas. Super talented, and Nate Garrett is absolutely on his game. And they have hit their stride. Enlightened by Eternity, killer record, super heavy. I listened to the crap out of that in 2020. And then I love their the 20th Century's Gone.
I was going to ask you about that one.
Love the covers album. Sorcerer's Fate is one of the best songs they've ever done. That's an original that's on that. But they also covered My Guys in Typo Negative with Everything Dies. Did a great job. Pantera's Hollow is a great cover.
Metallica's Escape.
Yeah, and so that was a great record. So I was really excited about this, and I'm glad you chose it.
They have a really good vibe. You can sense a little bit of that Black Sabbath, Dio, Maiden tones at times in these songs. Does it sound exactly like them? No, but there's traces of them. And I thought Nate did a great job morphing that sound into this album. It was really, really good.
To my ears, Nate has a real 70s like sensibility.
Yes.
Yep.
But, current writing style, current production style. And it translates really well. It makes for a great listen.
The thing that struck me is with this album, it's less about the metal and it's more about sonically filling a stadium, a bigger arena.
That's a great point.
You can't see me, but I'm pointing at Derek
Yeah,
right
that
now.
is a great
I
point.
absolutely agree with
I
that.
agree with you. I hate to agree with Derek.
I know.
Well, fuck you. Just fucking agree with me and give me credit.
But
God
he's
damn it.
he is 100% on there. I could totally see that.
Yeah, right. The opening track, "Give Her to the River," I have it as a giant stadium track. Like,
Epic.
Yeah.
I see that on stage at name your big venues.
Even
somewhere.
Barn Burner. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
That song was unreal. And I love it. One of my favorites on the album.
Back to "Give Her to the River." It's an epic track. It has some great guitar licks. It's long, it's melodic, it's powerful, it's emotional. There's even a slight hint of some finger tapping black metal in there. But hugely accessible, sonically massive. It could fill a football stadium, but yet it has a little bit of a somber undertone, which is kind of prevalent all the way through this record.
Love how that song started. It was just a slow build up.
that great intro.
Oh, it was great. And then once it hit that, minute 20 mark, it just, boom, just full on speed, which was nice. Great guitar throughout. I agree with you guys. It was insane drums throughout. The arrangement was good. It's a killer song. Yeah.
We've reviewed a few albums before that were put together by a single person. One from the North.
Sermon,
yeah. And these guys, I'm glad that I didn't know it was a one-man outfit until after I'd listened to it. To me, I listen differently when I go okay, first I picture the guy tracking the drums and all that. And
it makes it, for me, I said this before when we were doing another podcast, when it's a one-man show like this and it's a guy doing this, it makes it so much better for me to listen to. Because I am just fascinated when one guy can put this down and make this for real. It's amazing talent to me.
Well, the guy's got the chops.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. And he does great with everything. There isn't one instrument where I go, not great drums here.
No, I agree.
Not great bass. Like he's killing it all the way across the board.
Even on "I Shall Return," great guitar. I heard "Over the Mountain" by Jake E. Lee and Ozzy.
Crazy. You sound like Crazy Train at the beginning of that song.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's some great harmonies in there, but there's some subtle synth in there. Just enough to make the track pop and be different from the rest. That was a wonderful.
Can you picture hearing that on the radio? That's a radio song.
Absolutely.
I mean, that could be a hit on a radio.
Going back to what I said at the beginning of this, if this album had come out in the late 60s and 70s, we would be talking about Spirit Adrift in the same light as we talk about, Cream and Black Sabbath.
That's a
and
tremendous
some of the
compliment.
He is a mastermind. I suspect in 20 years from now, we might be talking about him in the same light as we talk about some of our, heroes of today or of the past, like the Metallicas and the Mustaines and the Hetfields and the Arias and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But he's a wonderful musician that has a lot to say. And, there's some emotion, there's some darkness in there. And he definitely purges with his music.
If he keeps cranking out material like this album in particular, we absolutely will. I mean, this record, it's a big record, big fat production. Goes to the Gallows, the closer, the title track. That does some, man. He did.
I mean, how about that song? I mean, in your face.
I feel bad for failing to find out who produced the record, if it's self-produced. Did anybody know? Anybody get that
I don't.
tidbit? Okay.
No.
The entire record, everything's got weight to it. It feels heavy, not big, distorted,
Emotional.
but it's the record carries weight and it's right in your face. With the obvious exceptions of the softer passages and some of the calmer intros, which tend to be pretty perfectly clean and atmospheric. Yeah.
On that front, These Two Hands is their Unforgiven. It's a beautiful track. It's soft, but it has a heaviness to it emotionally, somber but beautiful.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that very much.
Love the intro on that song.
Oh, the intro was great. On These Two Hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, intro was great on that. Then it takes that turn again, right? Right into that hard sound. Yeah, the arrangements were great.
Can I ask John a question on Sirens of the South? Did you hear any Pantera songs in that?
Yes. That's a tough one to answer because I try not to do a lot of comparisons like, oh, this guy sounds like this band or like that band. But yeah, there's definite feels. There's flavors on this record. I've mentioned in prior reviews, like, my guess is, this band was listening to this other band or this outfit when they were recording or while they were writing. And I got some of that here too. Some Pantera, picked up some Maiden. The feel, not trying to, I don't believe anybody's trying to copy.
I felt the same way in the beginning when I mentioned those bands I spoke of. Just the feel.
Yeah, Barn Burner. To me,
Right.
I hear some Adrian Smith and some Dave Murray from Maiden in there.
Yeah,
But
I
yes, Siren of the South, definitely.
I heard By Demons Be Driven.
Yep.
The riff was not the same, very similar. But as soon as you think, oh, okay, this is a Pantera-esque song, it then spins immediately and it goes a complete different direction. Love the creepy vocals on that track. You know, it even has a little bit of a typo style to it. And, you know, I do know that Nate is a typo fan. He has said that in the media. So it's really cool to see that weaved in some of the bands that we all love, weaved into the music, but it definitely stays Spirit Adrift.
Yeah. I'll jump ahead and say, you know, for my standout tracks, it's Siren of the South. I like the entire record, but I love that song.
It's a great song.
It drags Knuckles. You know, there's parts of it that drag Knuckles, but they're thoughtful and intellectual Knuckles, you know?
Hanged Man Revenge, another great song. Had a little bit of Motorhead feel for me.
Yep.
A little bit of Deep Sabbath tones. I thought the song was great. The vocals were great. One of my favorites on the album.
I would say on that one, if you like that track, go back and listen to Sal Abrascado's A Pale Horse Named Death. I heard a lot of similarities there, right down to the fingernail thumb slides. And there's a little bit of a southern flair to it, but if you like that track, A Pale Horse Named Death would be for you.
Excellent. The flow was great from top to bottom, right, John? I mean, never had a dull spot. It just had a nice...
Somebody spent some time with the track layout. They did a great job of it.
Sorry about that, guys.
Really? You know,
Jesus Christ.
hit the mute button, man. Put your hand up. Something.
Now water's coming out of your nose. Oh, what the fuck? You are terrible at broadcasting.
He goes, put your hand.
What the fuck, man?
Something.
There's people that are counting on us to not waste their time, and you're spewing water out your nose.
My family members
excited.
do not have time to sit around while you get your shit together.
I'm excited about the album.
No, you're just
Unbelievable.
sick. You were
Selfish.
sick all week. Then you come back and you put on like a banana hammock and shake your schlong on our fucking Instagram.
Sorry, guys. John, proceed. I'm sorry.
I'm going to need a moment to collect my thoughts. You bastard.
But a lot of good tracks, right? I mean,
A ton of good tracks.
Yeah.
The album hits hard. There's a ton of substance there, and it leaves some room to breathe throughout, which is great. It's not a full-on assault from top to bottom, which is awesome. It's a killer record.
Ebb and flow.
Yeah, lots
Yes.
of ebb and flow.
Ebb and
Perfect
flow.
amount, in fact.
Feng shui in audio form.
Rock shui?
John, was there a song on here, or Derek, that you didn't like? Someone that just was like, yeah,
Not really.
me too, which is a huge compliment. They were all very good.
Truthfully, Spirit Adrift is one of those bands that I've listened to them. I've been a fan since the beginning, and they have yet to do anything that I've been like, nope. I've really appreciated who they are, what they're doing. It's gotten better and better.
Now, Derek, is his lineup changed, or is this the other
has
musicians?
changed.
These aren't the guys who have been with him from day one, I assume?
No.
I don't know if you have the former members. I know his current touring band is, of course, Nate, Sonny DiCarlo on bass, Michael
Arellano.
Yeah. On drums, and Tom Draper on guitar. And they are killer,
They'll
man.
kill.
They're great players.
No doubt.
Look, there's probably a reason why the other band members that started the band with him are gone.
No, I just wasn't sure if these guys are with him from day one or not. That's all.
No, they're touring. They're touring members. This is his gig, and he's doing what he wants to do. And frankly, it's gotten better and better.
Yeah, he's doing it well.
And it's his
He's doing it
vision.
well.
And look, I think a lot of times in business and life and music, whatever it may be, there's usually a driving force. One person's vision that everybody rallies around. And sometimes in music and in life and in business, when those visions are impeded, changes need to happen. And so that certainly seemed to be the case here, because the only thing that they've done since has gone the right way and gone up. And this is a defining record for them. I think that they're probably going to, see some awards of some sort. I'm sure they're going to get plenty of tour opportunities coming out of this record. But this is a big turn for them, and I'm really happy for Nate.
Well, I hope that there are big touring opportunities for Nate and the guys, because this is it's a rock and metal album that feels like it's got its roots in big arena bands. And that's where I want to see this. I want to see Ghost at the Gallows and Siren of the South in a venue that's got 25,000 plus people around me.
It is absolutely built for that, and you could see a stage presence and pyro and all the big things that go along with it. They're just not there yet, but this could be the record that catapults them.
The question I have is, and shame on me for not really knowing these guys as good as I should. We've always talked about bands from Europe, and I get it. You know, they're not hitting it big, let's say, here in the States. But this band this guy's here. He's from the States. So I guess I'm just confused. As good as this album is, why have we not heard about Nate Garrett? Why is Nate Garrett not mainstream? Why doesn't enough people know about what's going on?
Because I think that the market is saturated with a whole lot of garbage.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this is a guy with tremendous talent on his 5th album, and we're saying this is a breakthrough for him. It's insane.
For the very reason why we're doing what we do with Shit Talk Reviews is highlighting the good, because between Bandcamp, record labels, throwing a lot of spaghetti on the wall and seeing how much of it sticks, there is a saturation of a lot of music that isn't all that great, that is out there, or it is fitting a niche, and let's go saturate the market with whatever the niche is of the moment. And so our job is to highlight bands like Spirit Adrift and say, yeah, you should know about them. And I will say that like Liquid Metal, I listen to it all the time.
Sirius XM.
Yeah, Sirius XM. Jose has been on Spirit Adrift for a number of years, so compliments to Jose. But for those who do not spend money on Sirius XM and pay a subscription, they may or may not know about it. If they don't spend the money to go buy Decibel Magazine, Revolver Magazine, and some of those subscriptions and go on the websites and read about metal all the time, they're not going to know about Spirit Adrift. But the people who are in the know that this is a band that's on the up and up, and that this album is defining for them.
It's an interesting conversation about why we haven't heard about Nate and the band before, but we're living in very different times in terms of the availability of music. Any Tom, Dick, or jackass can put out an album, market it themselves, and have it all over the internet.
Right. It's true.
And all of us are old enough that when we were coming up, young enough to know that not that long ago, if a band was getting heard, they were getting heard because they'd been signed to a record deal. That record company was putting a lot of time and money into that band to market them and push them out in front of us. And now, like you said, with Sirius XM, with Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms, it's all out there. And that any Tom, Dick, or jackass can put out their own album and get it on Spotify in a matter of minutes.
You and I went to school for radio. We know about payola. And we are living through a time where anybody who has money can buy their way into the spotlight.
Yeah.
Look no further than YouTube. We at Shit Talk don't have money, so we're not going and spending a ton of money to go get subscriptions and eyeballs. But the most untalented people in the world, if they have money, can get seen and get heard.
Yeah.
And I see it all the time. My kids sit there and watch absolute dog shit on YouTube. And I'm constantly like, turn it off. I don't want to hear it.
And it's got like 100,000 views.
It's got 100,000 views because they're buying their way into the minds of my kids. Right. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. And it can be appropriate stuff for a 9 or 11-year-old. It's just dog shit. And the same thing is happening in music. You can go and market the crap out of yourself and you can be the worst band in the world. I heard a band the other day that sounded literally like a pig squealing with a chainsaw, and they were all over the place. And I'm like, the only reason why they're doing it is they have money behind them, but it's not good music. Yeah. And I love death metal, but it's not good death metal.
A guy this good should be heard. This is insane. I hope this album does catapult.
To jump on Derek's point, that's not to say that there aren't artists out there who are creating incredible music without any support from anybody and putting it out there.
And that's why we're here, is to do that.
There are diamonds in the rough, and there are bands that have some support, or maybe they've got their own label or a small label backing them, and that's great. And I'm thrilled for those bands because I don't know any musician or band that couldn't use a little kicker, a little help from somebody, because it is hard. Because the market is so fucking saturated.
Yeah.
To Nate's credit, he's got Stephanie Marlowe working his band, and she's the best. I mean, I've known her for a number of years. I've had beers with her in Chicago. She works with Century Media. She works with a number of bands, so I don't know how long she's been with him,
Right.
but she's very good at what she does, and he will get press. She has street cred. She has been around the block for a long time. She has people like me that are fans of her for the work that she does for these bands. And you know the difference. You get to know the difference because there's a personality there. She responds to you. She's kind. She'll, support you back as a media entity. And there's other ones that are out there just like give. But she's one of the best. So she's in good hands he's in good hands with her.
How great would it to see these guys live?
Oh, I'd love to.
It'd be a great show, I bet. I would love to see this guy live.
In 2020, in the height of the pandemic, they did a Slay at Home show. And God, it was fucking great,
I'll have to
man.
check that out.
It was so good. They recorded it remotely, so they're all at their homes or in their home studios playing it. But it still had that big
bite.
rock, that big metal vibe to it, which was one of the things that got me more fired up about the album.
So they're doing 4 record release shows: August 25th, Tulsa, Oklahoma; August 26th, Dallas, Texas; August 27th, Little Rock, Arkansas; and then September 17th, Anaheim. Paul Bearer is with them. Paul Bearer is a great band unto themselves.
Let's get Nate in Florida here.
Paul Bearer is very. Can I finish my thought?
Nobody cares what you're saying.
Well, go fuck yourself. Paul Bearer is worthy of other people's time, not yours, Dave, because you're not worthy of them. And they are touring with the Spirit Adrift on these album release performances. And yeah, we'll ask Stephanie what's coming up with Florida and see if we can go see him and maybe say hello to Mr. Nate.
Tremendous pick, John. I enjoyed it. It was very well done. Oh, I was going to say, is that the only tour dates they have listed so far?
Yeah, and September 17th, House of Blues in Anaheim, Fear Factory, Testament, Machine Head.
Wow, geez, that's a lineup.
To name a few that are on that show. Upon Stone is playing. They're an up-and-comer, so check them out. But man, up and up. And I guarantee you that there will be a big tour coming out that'll be announced for, the October, November, December, right around Halloween. And I am willing to bet that we will be able to go and see them.
Great. I would love to see this band live.
I hope for nothing but good things for Nate and his band, because it's a great record. And I don't want to say we've been accused of fawning over bands before, but
2 weeks in a row where we were fawning.
It's great.
Listen, when a guy can compose something like this and do this on his own and play the instruments and arrange all this stuff, fucking unreal. A mad respect for this guy.
John has hair long enough for pigtails, and so I'm thinking that maybe we need to start dressing him up in some, cheerleader outfits. Because 2 weeks in a row, we aren't shitting on bands. Like, we had a bad run where we made fun of a few. They deserved it. They wrote garbage and put it out. Yeah. But now we're on a run. And next week, we'll get to that in a little bit. We will be fawning over that band as well. So maybe we need to put you in pigtails, John.
Maybe.
It's been a while.
I sense some really unfortunate Instagram.
There's some Instagram posts
in our future
coming. Yeah,
my future rather.
There's a Faith No More song that has some cheerleader chants in it that I will probably break out just for you, John.
Thank you. I guess.
What do we want to do? Should we score it?
Sure.
Let's score it. We already did our standout tracks, but let's hit them real quick. Mine is definitely Siren of the South. That track is an epic fucking journey, and I love it. Derek?
I like to Give Her to the River.
Great
Hanged Man's Revenge was my favorite track on the record. I like These Two Hands for what it was as a composition. Death Won't Stop Me, fantastic, groovy song. Definitely a line to Enlightened by the Eternity. And I Shall Return is just a banger.
So pretty much the album is your standout track.
Yep.
Okay. Dave?
Nate, I love you. I don't have a bad song on here. Loved them all, but my top, I have a list.
Give me the top 2.
Siren of the South and Hangman Revenge. But I love Give Her to the River, Barn Burner, and Death Won't Stop Me.
So
they
we
were all
like
good. But those are my 2 favorites, though. Siren of the South, Hangman Revenge.
I think it's a credit to the album when you can't pick a standout track as being your favorite or the best.
We probably, because of the joy that Nate has given us, if we get a chance to go see them and have a moment and say
We'll give
hello
him
to
our set list.
No. What we'll do is buy him his poison of choice, whether it's tequila, beer, or endless good food, whatever.
That's right.
He's brought us joy.
The drinks are on Shit Talk Reviews when we get to see it. Let's rate it. Where you at, Dave?
Production. I loved it. Production quality, the lyrical, the theme, the arrangements of the songs. This guy is a mad talent. I'm rooting for him. I hope good things come. I hope to see him live. Easy. Not even. Well, it's a 9 out of 10. 9. The guy gets a 9.
Solid.
Easy.
Solid. Derek?
Yeah, I went 9.
Yeah.
The only reason why I didn't go 10 is because I don't want to put myself out there and say, "Oh, this is a classic all time." Because when you go 10 out of 10, you're saying it's a Black Sabbath
There's
album.
nothing at all wrong with it. It's perfection.
But it is a pretty darn good record. It's definitely in my top 10 for the year.
No doubt.
Kudos to you, Nate.
I'm just
You're
underneath
there.
you guys, but it's still, I've got nothing but love for this record. I think Nate is great. I love his singing voice, and I typically don't gravitate towards vocals as a top layer of the things I listen to when I listen to music. And I love his voice. It can be slinky. He can slide around. He can get grimy. He can keep it really tight. And musically, it's a well put together record, and I enjoyed the shit out of listening to it.
I agree. Phenomenal talent.
So I really hope that he has big things coming his way, because if this record is any indication of what he's got coming down the road, we're all in for a good time.
Jeez, what are we all going to hug now? I mean, it's
I
like
don't know. Yeah,
I
This is
don't even
insane.
want to touch you, especially after you had like the
That's
shits
true.
and whatever else you had wrong with you this week, you gross bastard.
yeah. And now you're sitting in here in this plywood box with the two of us.
Did you wear a diaper when you were sick? Be honest.
no,
No,
but
you
it
didn't.
was
Did
bad.
you think about it?
No, but it was really bad.
Was it like that? Did you just lay down all those those doggy pee pads all over the
It
house?
was just like
a solid layer.
It was terrible. It was just terrible.
Did you feel like
the stomach's gargling. It's like it hits you all quick. It's not fun.
was your butt a fountain?
Oh my god!
My butt was. I will tell you this. It burned.
I don't think this is terrible. I don't think anybody wants to hear about this shit.
Yeah.
It's Shit Talk Review, so yes, they do.
Fuck. I'm putting in a requisition for a new name, boys.
Hey, listen. Let's not take away Nate's thunder here. Can we focus on? Nate?
Yeah, let's not take away Nate's thunder with yours.
Your thunder ass.
Sick bastard.
This was good. I want to see these guys live.
So Nate, please make your way to Florida sooner rather than later. And
what's next?
Cavalera Conspiracy, Max Cavalera, Igor Cavalera reissued Bestial Devastation and Morbid Visions. These are 2 early Sepultura albums. Great content, produced not well. And they reissued them as Cavalera Conspiracy, and for me, they're magic.
Well,
we'll find out.
so
if
it's all
magic for you.
older stuff? Nothing new?
This is more than just a reissue, though. Am I wrong? This is a
Re-recording.
re-recording
Yes.
of all that material.
It right down to the artwork too. Everything is re-recorded. The artwork is redone. It's got the similar look and feel of the original artwork in the 80s. However, it is modern. And
Yeah.
it sounds great, and I will reveal to you that I love them. We'll find out if these 2 clowns feel the same
Is it
way.
anything? Is there any new tracks on, or is it just
No.
all old stuff?
No,
re-recorded?
but these
Okay.
these tracks were given new life.
Okay,
and
great.
They were too. They were definitely given new life. I've heard a little bit of it, and it is that old school vibe, but it is done with another 40 years of
Yeah.
experience in front of it. New tech, new everything, same music, but just done current. And I'm excited to dig into both the records because, like I said, what I've heard is gnarly.
Excellent.
Quick shout out before we go to Cold Steel. We did a
Cold
review. Jose, thank you for your note. Really appreciate it. We will definitely come up, interview, hang out. We'll definitely have some food, some drinks. We'll bring my son. We're really looking forward to that. So thank you for inviting us.
And also, thanks again to Eric J. Morgan, who we had a conversation with last week. We just managed to get that post up actually earlier today. And that was great fun. If you're a fan of Pale Horse Named Death, going back old school First Order, Patriarchs in Black, definitely give that a listen. Eric is a great guy, and we were graced with his presence and had a good time chatting with him. So, anything else, fellas?
No, thanks for having me.
Well, that chair need to be filled by somebody.
Yeah, if you don't stop interrupting us and sneezing and spilling water out of your nose
Yeah,
and
sorry
talking
about
about
that.
your butt fountain.
sorry. I just wanna be
We're going to
heard.
kick you out.
Oh my God, that's it. Well, thank you all, as always, for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time.